Hi, I'm Dilip. Every one of us fights that challenge of the bulge. We want to attack that core, have a flat midsection and a strong midsection. The problem is when you're a beginner and you go looking for programs, those are more intermediate programs, and within the day you are sore and you cannot continue and you can't stay consistent. Sounds familiar? Stick with me and I've got a program for you. You start for the first 2 to 4 weeks on an easy routine, and you build upon that as you get into the later weeks. That'll get you stronger in probably slower time frame, but it keeps you consistent, and that's the key to any fitness program, staying consistent. All you need for this program is a timer. We're doing a Tabata routine, 20 seconds of work followed by 10 seconds of rest. So get your interval timer, get a yoga mat, and let's go. So we'll be doing 6 exercises in level 1, starting with the crunch. When you're doing the crunch, make sure you're reaching out to the ceiling in front of you rather than trying to curl your chin to your knee. This is an ab exercise and you want the pressure on your abs, not your spine. Moving on to the second exercise. This one will be a heel tap or a heel touch. Looks simple, but it's a pretty good oblique exercise. Moving on to the next one, get your palm underneath your hips and raise your heels above the ground and do a leg raise. And you do it in a controlled fashion, but when your leg comes down, do not touch the ground to keep the tension in your abs consistent. Breathe through all the exercises and try to keep your core tight. Next exercise will be leg flutters, again with your palm underneath your hips to support your hip. Make sure this is controlled and not a fast movement. You want to create tension in your abs.
3, 2, 1.
The last 2 for level 1 is a plank. It's important that you keep your hip down, not too low in an arch position, neither should it be high. Try and keep it in a straight line from your shoulder, hip to your ankle, and hold that position and hold your core tight. And the last one is Superman. And this is a good one for your back muscles. Raise both your legs and your hands and squeeze your glutes when you're holding at the top for about a second.
3, 2, 1.
Ready for level 2?
1.
Let's do it. Level 2 builds upon level 1. We start with the crunch. Keep in mind you want to reach for the ceiling rather than try to curl and get your chin to your knee. That's a wrong pose. So reach out to the ceiling. The second exercise would also remain the same as level 1, which would be the toe tap. All through every exercise, keep breathing as well as keep your core tight. Helps you to get to your flat midsection stage.
3, 2, 1.
The next exercise will be a new addition. This is the bicycle crunch, where you try and touch your elbow to your opposite knee. Start in a controlled fashion till you get the rhythm. Keep breathing and keep the core tight.
3, 2, 1.
Next, we go back to leg raises. Palm underneath your hips, a controlled leg raise movement. Do not touch your heel to the ground on the way down. Core tight, keep breathing.
3, 2, 1.
The next you should be familiar with as well, the flutter kick.
3, 2, 1.
Same position, controlled flutters while holding your core tight and continue breathing. Remember to have a controlled movement. Do not race against time.
3, 2, 1.
The next is a new addition. Same position with your hand underneath your hip for support. This time round, it's a scissor kick. Another controlled movement. Continue breathing, do not hold your breath, and keep your core tight.
3, 2, 1.
Next exercise
1.
is a plank. Slight variation this time round. I prefer movement in planks, so I'd rather do step up and step down, but all through keep in mind your elbow, hip and heels need to be in a straight line, as well as your shoulder to wrist need to be perpendicular to the ground.
3, 2,
New addition, this one, mountain climber. Again, plank position with your shoulder to wrist perpendicular to the ground, your shoulder, hip, heel in a straight line. Keep your hip as low as possible. Your knee probably will be very close to scraping the ground. And the last exercise, we finish with Superman.
1.
Remember to keep breathing, stretch out, and this particular one, make sure you're raising your legs as much as you can and squeezing your glutes for that 1 second hold at the top. And this would be the final one for level 2. I hope you could follow that along. So what I'd like for you to do is do level 1, just 1 round for week 1. Increase it to 2 rounds in week 2, 3, and 4. That should give you some level of consistency without too much of soreness. From week 5, switch to level 2 program, which is 3 more exercises, and do only 1 round of that in week 5. Increase that to 2 rounds in week 6, 7, and 8. Once you're done with this 8-week program, you'll be ready to take on a more advanced program, be it an advanced version of this, which I will publish soon, or a wall workout, which is pretty advanced from a core and strength point of view. Look out for those, but in the meantime, get started with this. Good luck, stay fit.